update we're getting to know with the Delhi Police's special cell that has filed a charge sheet against two men who were arrested for beheading a man and filming the act back in January in Delhi. Were arrested men who have been identified as Jagga and Naushad. And the investigation by the special cell has revealed that it was Pakistan's ISI that had given the duo the task of killing sadhus in Haridwar and also carrying out a firing incident the Red Fort. Further, the investigation has revealed that Naushad, who was in Tihar jail, first came in contact with Ashfaq alias Arif, who is a Pakistani national as well. He apparently got in touch with the suspected LET terrorist Sohail, who was released in the year 2013. Now, Sohail, it seems, who's now operating from Pakistan, and Naushad also got in touch with other terrorists. As far as this beheading case that had shocked many in January, back after such kind of an incident that has been reported first in the country, where the arrested men, according to sources, they say they have allegedly confessed that they took the man, the victim in the case, to Naushad's house in Bhalswa Dairy in northeast Delhi on 14th or 15th of December, and thereafter had strangled him, and the killing video was also sent across to their handlers in Pakistan. The two terror suspects in Delhi who beheaded a man and chopped up his body, according to the police sources, they have been claiming that they filmed the gruesome crime and sent the video to their handlers back in Pakistan. Bhavtosh, there have been more developments coming in as far as the Delhi police filing their charges in this case. What more do we know?
Well, the charge sheet has been filed, Amita, and the charge sheet has been filed under anti-terror law and also those of charges of under murder. But while investigating this case, Special Cell of the Delhi Police have found a larger conspiracy that was involved. The beheading and the decapitated body that was found in Bhalswa Dairy was just a precursor to the larger game plan that was being hashed by the Pakistan's ISI. The idea was to kill sadhus in Haridwar, for which weapons were being provided by gangsters who are based in Canada and also in overseas country, and for which there was a coordinated plan which was being hashed by terrorists who are based in Valley and also by gangsters in Punjab. That was one part of the planning that was being done by Naushad and Jagjit. They were just a part of the module. The other and more plot that was being hashed was to carry out a firing incident in Red Fort. Remember, one of the first terror attacks that took place in the capital, among the first in 2000, was the Red Fort attack, and that was carried out by in December 2000, and they wanted to recreate that kind of attack, and for which weapons were also being provided to Naushad as well as Jagjit, and the whole idea was to carry out a random firing incident at Red Fort. These were the two plans which were given to Naushad and Jagjit to see whether they can carry out such audacious attacks. They were told to behead and decapitate individual, and for that they picked up a vagabond who was in fact hooked to drugs. Once they decapitated his body, the video, as you rightly said, was sent to their handlers abroad. They realized that these are hardcore terrorists who can carry out any crime, and then the whole planning was done to first kill sadhus in Haridwar, and other plan that was being hashed was to carry out a random firing at Red Fort.
Right, but Bhavtosh, is there also a possible nexus that is also being probed between Khalistani terrorists to the Pakistan intelligence agency by the ISI as well? Because there have been several angles there that are also seems to be mentioned on the part of this gruesome crime that was committed by these individuals.
Yes, Amita, in fact, these two terrorists were directly or indirectly in touch with several members of terror outfits. They were in touch, at least Naushad was in touch with terrorists who were in fact lodged in Tihar jail, because he had spent a considerable time in Tihar jail, and through that he was in touch with some Pakistani terrorists who in fact had spent time in Tihar jail and then subsequently had gone back to Pakistan. And the other members of this group were those who were gangsters based in Punjab, who were in direct touch with their handlers who are in Canada. One of them is Arshdeep Dalla, who was among the first to be designated as a terrorist, and Arshdeep Dalla was also in touch with Naushad as well as Jagjit. Remember, this was one of the most audacious attacks that was being planned, where not only sadhus in Haridwar were to be killed, but the other plan was to to carry out an attack in Red Fort. The whole idea was to instill fear and also to show that gangsters are in touch, Punjab-based gangsters are in touch with the Jammu and Kashmir Valley terrorists.
Police sources have been saying that this terror suspect, this terrorist Naushad, was tasked with killing influential Hindus by his handler Sohail, who is an operative of Pakistan-based terror group Harkatul Ansar, and they are also probing the possible nexus between Khalistani terrorists and the Pakistani intelligence agency, the ISI. For the moment, Bhavtosh, thank you very much for joining in. We will be back after a short break.